Hi Aries, how are you? It's time for a general reading. Let's see what the universe has to say to you. So, for all you Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, let's see what the cards have to say for all of you. You might be healing from a recent heartbreak, a split, something with somebody who have been with a fire sign. That I see going on for a few of you. So let's see what's going on. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. One more shuffle, right? So I'm going to be honest here. This is not the first time I've tried doing your reading. It just seemed like we've been running up against some big walls here with you. Yeah, all right. So the story continues the same regardless of how many times I try to do this reading for you. But you come out here with the Six of Wands reversed. So, I mean, I feel like you're really conflicted because you lost out. I feel like you really lost out on a situation. And you were fighting for it. It's like, I don't know what it was you were after, but it's like it created a lot of conflict. There could have been other people involved. Maybe you were trying to do something with some other people and that it just didn't work out. I mean, I just feel this sense of being really defeated. Now, if you're involved with someone, oh my gosh, okay. For some of you, how do I say this? What I see here with this Page of Wands is that I feel like some message came to you, some information came to you that was really disappointing. I am picking up that you have to like go into like your savings account, or like money's an option, is an obstacle right now. So there is this problem with money and finances, and I think it's adding a lot of stress to the home right now. There's a lot of fighting going on over that. How are we going to make it? We're out in the cold. How are we going to survive? Nothing seems to be working. And I feel like, you know, somebody ends up walking away upset because they can't make things work because you're just not winning. I mean, there's a lot of fighting and a lot of conflict right now because I think maybe some of you feel like you made a mistake. You know, anyway, you're really staying up at night. This is really eating you up because something is just not working. I mean, it's like you put in all this energy and now what? So there's a lot of fighting going on. We also have this Three of Swords. It's reversed. I think there's a part of you that wants to figure out how to fix all of this. This is why you're probably going into the savings account. Because it's like, shit, how are we going to make this work? How are we going to do this? Like, you know, we may have really just, you know, found it. You know, it's like, I feel like some of you feel like you may have, you know, really made a big mistake. With what? I don't know. Maybe you guys up and moved. Maybe you changed jobs. Maybe you quit your job. But whatever it was, I think you were trying to make life better, and that's not exactly what happened. So, let's see what else is going on here for you, Aries. Yeah, I mean, if you're involved with somebody, and the money thing is a big deal. It's a big deal. Because it's like you don't want to tell your person, you know, where you're pulling all this money from. But it's almost like you're like, go out, get a job. We need to figure this out. You can't stay home anymore. You've got to go get a job. I feel like somebody's like really yelling at their person, like, we've got to get our shit together. We're going to lose everything. So for some of you, I think you feel like you may have, you know, in the name of happiness, you know, there's like, I think the two of you have different ideas of what happy really is. But I get the feeling like you know, you may have dug your own grave here. You know, going back to a situation that, you know, you may have gone back to do something that maybe you thought had life to it and it didn't. Maybe this is a person, maybe this is a project. But I just feel like it doesn't matter what you do, things just keep slipping out of you. You know, it's like heart and soul, you try to put something into making something better. But it just doesn't come through. And I also feel like you don't want everybody to know that you guys are in, I want to say, dire straits. Like, what are you going to do? So for some of you, I feel like with this Nine of Pentacles, you know, you, how do I say it? It's like maybe you came into a little bit of money and you blew it. You know, you thought it was going to go a lot farther than where it was, than it was going to go. It didn't go that far, now did it? It's amazing. I had a friend of mine once. Oh, she came into $10,000. And she was like over the moon. You know, meanwhile, my other friend is sitting there going, that's not going to last long. And it doesn't. $10,000 if you're building a house, that's not going to last long at all. You're lucky you get your septic in for that. You know what I mean? Like, the boiler alone is $10,000. So, a little of that going on for some of you. You know, and I think you've got to start really watching how you spend your money. Because in this relationship, I hate to say this, okay, but even when shit's hitting the fan and you don't have any money, I feel like you'll still go out and buy yourself a new pair of shoes. What's up with that? That was probably your phone bill that you just spent on your feet. Anyway. Take what works, leave what doesn't, people. We all know who we are in this story. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of energy here of being very shut down. You think that you're not shut down, but you really are. I get this sense of, you know, you lean on other people to try to help you out of your situation, and then when, you know, people aren't there to help you because they've already helped you for the last month, you know, that's just, there's only so much time because then they become an enabler. So I feel like a lot starts to come out, you know, because you can't pretend you're running out of money. You can't pretend that, you know, there's all this fighting going on. You know, you're really upset because your person hasn't gone out to find a job. Well, guess what? There aren't very many jobs to find. You know, so you're sending them out on a dauntless task. Things start to really come out. You know, the undercurrent. I feel like there's such an undercurrent between you and your person. Yeah, and it's like it's brewing. It's like festering inside. And it's just a matter of time. Now, if you, Aries, were involved with someone and you split up, I do see a reconciliation with whoever that is for. So if you've been wondering whether or not you're going to meet that person again who left you, yes, the answer is yes, you will see them again. All right, Queen of Wands and the Tower reversed. Now I've gotten this before for you, Aries. I feel like there's always somebody around who's very jealous of you. Either that or you're jealous of them. But there's somebody, and I feel like it's somebody who works with you, who, if you are involved with I just feel like somebody's out to get you at work. Okay? You know, I think you're doing really, really good. And, you know, you may be up for a raise. All right? I'm just like, listen, this is just stuff coming through my head. You might be up for a raise. This other person, they're not happy that you might get a bonus and they don't. So just be very aware of somebody who's trying to undermine you at work. Okay, maybe they're dropping subtle hints, you know, to different people in the department about you. And just be aware there's somebody in your circle that doesn't have your back. So out comes the Hierophant reversed. So, yeah, freedom. It's funny. It's almost like you want out from underneath this pressure that you are under right now. You really want out from that. And it could be a relationship that you are involved with. I mean, this could be somebody at work who you are involved with, but it's just like, I feel like you want out. It's going to be a tough one. Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. I wonder, okay, here's like a whole other tangent here. Aries, I wonder whether somebody takes something from you. You know, like they take something from you when you're not looking. When you have your back turned, I feel like there's just, again, there's somebody at work. They don't got your back, Aries. I'm telling you, they don't have your back. You know who it is. It's a female. Okay? I mean, there's somebody who's really angry, and they're not saying it. They're not saying why they're angry. I mean, again, it's this, we're happy. No, we're not happy. Yes, we are. We're going to be happy. And it's like, no, we're not happy. You're under so much pressure. And you don't have any money. What are you going to do? Money's running out. Time's running out. Yeah, I feel like there's a real disconnect between you and your person. It's almost like you feel like they're just not getting it. It's like you're in a position of like total desperation of like, don't you understand the rent's due? And your person's like, don't worry about it. And you're like, no, the rent's due. The bills are due. This is due. This is due. And they're like, don't worry about it. And it's driving you crazy. It's driving you crazy. Some of you just want to put it to rest. I mean, I feel like you've given a lot of work to this, and it hasn't panned out. So I think you sit here, somebody's holding on to a dream that's not working. You know, the other person is talking in circles as to why it really is working, even though, you know, you have no idea where you're going to get your next meal from. So I think the two of you are about to face like a big decision as to like, what are you going to do? Because one person can't be spending the money, okay? And then yelling at the other person because they're not working. That doesn't fly. It just doesn't. So quit spending the money. Quit bitching about, you know, your person not getting a job. Put yourself on a budget. Reevaluate the whole situation and see what it is you really need to change. I mean, this Queen of Swords reversed. I mean, this is, you know, rather than hold it all in, you know, and then all of a sudden you're like this towering inferno when you finally blow because you're just not saying anything. Or maybe when you are saying it, you know, it's really, really like they're shut down because of your tone. So I think you need to watch your tone. I think you need to just take a breath because you're under so much pressure. Just relax, okay? Everything will work out. Everything will work out. You know, it's like, but you have this element of pretending that you have it all figured out. You don't. And you can't pretend that you have more money than you do, because you don't. We know this. You're going into the savings. And then what are you going to do when the savings are gone? See, you're hoping for a prayer here. All right, Aries. Let's see, some advice. I hope this resonates with someone. If it does, great. If it doesn't, that's okay. Take what works, leave what doesn't. Yeah, the Hanged Man. You know, in this picture, you see this woman is feeding this person. I mean, it's like you can't continue to be in suspension pretending that, well, as long as we keep going, we're going to be okay. You need to think. Think. Make a plan. Start to have a vision. What is it you're going to do? A break-in. I keep feeling like there's a break-in. So just make sure in this next month, all right, that, you know, you secure your car, your home, your valuables, you know where your purse is, your wallet is. Watch your bank statements. I'm just feeling like there's some kind of, you know, loss of money on some level, however that might be. You know, sometimes you know, it could come via, you know, the electric bill, you know, where they overcharge you. So just stay aware of all of that. So for those of you, you know, who are really confused about your relationship and what to do, I think you need to really look at everything, really look at what you're doing. You know, somebody said, hey, follow me. I've got this amazing plan for the rest of our lives. You know, this opportunity of a lifetime. You just wait. It'll be really, really great. And then it's not so great, because you didn't think it through. I feel like you know, you had this really great idea. You had a little bit of money in your pocket. You ran with it, and you didn't think it through. And now you've run out of money. Everybody's stressed. And, you know, you've got to figure out how to make this change, because this has got to come to an end. You can't continue at this pace. You just can't. All right. Let's get some advice for all of you Aries out there, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Yeah, somebody, I can't shake it. Somebody's going to want to try to take from you. All right, let's get some advice for our Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs regarding the spread. So we have the Strength card and the Page of Pentacles. So maybe some of you need to go back to school. You know, that's a great option, believe it or not. You go back to school, you get some student loans, you can live off of those. You know, maybe that takes a little bit of the pressure off. That's an option. So, you know, you really are needing a wish to come true right now. And I feel like it has a lot to do with your stability, your home life. You know, listen, Strength card is at your base, okay? So even though things are feeling really rocky right now, I think that, you know, things could really change. New opportunities, a fresh new start, you know, something, you know. And I'm honestly, I keep feeling like if you are not in school, it doesn't matter how old you are. I'm in school, you know, I'm an old person. You know, you can go back to school, you know, and if you go back to school, you'll feel it start to nurture you, and now you have hope. And now maybe this dream that, you know, you want, and the other person, maybe you can start to really see it happen again. You really want your wish to come true. But out comes the Two of Wands. You're at a point where you've got to really make a decision. Just because you already made a decision doesn't mean that you have to stick with it. I mean, look, this person, they have the world. They're holding it in their hands. They're holding another rod. One's already secured to the wall. You got that. Yeah, you can keep going the way you're going. Or maybe you go in another direction. And like I said, going in the direction of school is not a bad idea, especially when times are tough. You got to get creative how you're going to start paying your bills, especially if there's no work and you guys need to figure out how are we going to make this happen. School is a good option. But I do see you making some movement. Some of you may actually have to travel. Maybe you have to move. But I definitely see that, you know, you're going in a direction. So the fact that the Chariot comes out is really encouraging, because that means you're not just going to stay put. You are going to make some kind of an action. And maybe you are offered an opportunity, you know, that is somewhere else. Maybe you have to move. That's all right. Maybe this temporary move will lead to bigger, better things. Okay. Oh, gosh, I feel like I'm so hard on you right now, Aries. All right, so quit avoiding what's coming right at you, okay? You know, the bills will always follow you. Doesn't matter where you go. You can go anywhere in the world. The bills are going to follow you, right? So you just got to figure out, how are you going to get through life? How are you and your person going to, like, pick up the pieces? Especially, you know, if you feel like you've made a bad choice and made a bad decision, you guys, you know, put all your eggs in one basket, and now the basket all fell and all your eggs are broken. You know, there's always another option. All right? So take what works, leave what doesn't. The message is for whoever needed to hear it. This has been a long reading. So I will see you at the next one. Thumbs up for me if you liked it. And if not, that's okay. I'll see you at the next reading. Bye now.